in the previous examples that we have done, we have created our first roles and our first provisioning policies, and we're creating things from scratch. But what happens when we have been doing this for a while and we want to make changes to what's out there? Let's illustrate that with an example. Let's log in as an IT manager, and we're gonna make changes to a role called BOOIT. So we're gonna see how we explore those things from the console. If we look in here from all the roles that we have, we look for BOO. We have BOOIT group. It's that's the name of a role. And if we click on the twisty and click on manage user members, we can see who has that role today. And we have all these people that have the role. Pretty good. We're going to focus on James Smith and Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens and James Smith. And we're going to make changes to that role. Before we do that, let's look at, let's go here into see another view, manage users, and look on James Stevens to see the things that we can see in item. Where is Mr. James Smith? Sorry. We click on James Smith and we see what roles he has. As we saw before, he's a member of the BOIT group, and also the group that is that all employees are member of, and we can see other information in here. But we see that he doesn't have any. We will see that which accounts he has right now from here. We've seen that from the self-help, from the dashboard. We're looking at that from the cockpit. Here's, for example, where we can see who the people's manager is, etc. Now, if we also expand on the twisty from James Smith and see which account he has, we see that he only has the basic 2. Same view that we normally see from the dashboard. Same thing for, what was the other, Mike Stevens. If we look for Mike Stevens accounts, we see that he only has the basic 2. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create another provisioning policy, and we're going to attach it to that role that already exists today. Okay, let's do that. So we go as before. We can close these tabs here. We don't need them open. We can go into manage policies, manage provisioning policies. We are going to create one, and we're going to call this one BOOAD and BOOLDAP. And our intention is to actually make this provisioning policy assign both roles, both services, access to both services to whoever gets affected by this provisioning policy. And we're going to attach that provisioning policy precisely to that role that already exists today. Again, nothing that we are going to be doing in here. We are going to click members, and we're going to say members are going to be the BOIT group that already exists today. That's the one that we want this provisioning policy to affect. In the entitlement section, as we have done before, we're going to actually say, well, it's going to be an automatic and a specific service, and we're going to make it BOOAD. But also we want to give BOOLDAP as well. So an automatic service BOOLDAP is right here. Click OK. Click OK. So now the person are going to be going to have all these 2 roles. But I'm changing something that exists out there, and this might be in a real case. It might be, couple of hundreds of roles and multiple provisioning policies, and this change that I'm making and right here, what's going to be the total effect of that change? Well, you have a helper in iTeam, which is the policy simulation, which is this fabulous button that you're going to love here, the preview button. If we click on the preview button, what iTeam is going to actually do is, okay, I'm going to analyze the effect of these as if I were about to do it, but before I actually do it, I'm going to show you what is it that this is going to happen. And it's telling me already that it's going to make provision of 12 accounts. What is that? Well, if I click in here, I see, I'm going to give 12 accounts, which is BOAD and BOLDAP, to all these people, which are the members of that role. They didn't have this before, or some of them at least did not. And so therefore I'm going to be giving, actually none of them had it, because I'm giving each of them the BOAD and the BOLDAP to everyone. That's where 6 people, 2 accounts, that's where the 12 additions are. So I can close this here, and I can say, yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I want to happen. And I can click submit, make it immediately effective, and close this. And actually, if we go to let's go into James Smith, and see which account he has. He has the basic 2, and he got BOAD and BOLDAP and BOAD, because he got access to a role, which is the BOIT group. Well, actually, he already had that role, but we making a change and attaching a provisioning policy to that, and using the fabulous policy simulation to see the impact of it before we actually commit to it. We can, see that that's the effect that we want, and we are proving here that that is actually the case. And this button can really save you, a lot of trouble. If many times when these things are becoming more and more complex, you may not know the impact of a change you might be making on a provisioning policy, and you may say, "Oh, I'm giving access to people that I didn't intend to," or I denied access to people who already have some access that they need. So the policy simulation will help you prevent those situations.